Now let's talk about this one quick second. So, the James Gunn came up with this beautiful idea to have Man of Tomorrow. The rumor mill is going around. Uh, the next film we are getting is going to be a Lex Luthor and Superman team up. Um, I do think this name is a placeholder. I think eventually the name will change, but what else can you name it? I don't know. We'll get more into that when we get to that bridge. I do think this is not a good idea to do. Um, all eyes will be on what's the other Supergirl. If Supergirl does not do well, this thing will morph into something totally different. They still have the date for 2027, but again, that's just the date. Okay, I do believe it will morph into something else. We don't know yet. If I was them, I would wait till Supergirl come out. And honestly, if I was them, I would move Supergirl's date a little bit further up in the April or March time frame, just to get majority of your money back, to see how you do. Say what you want about Warner Brothers back in the day, especially when they did with Batman v Superman. They were smart enough to know not to go against Civil War because they want to get the money they got back anyway. These jamokes running the studio today, and this is not just with Warner Brothers, this is with everybody. They don't understand when you flood the market of movies, something's going to fail. Somebody's not going to make money. Something's going to bomb. The Fantastic Four bombed. Superman didn't make any money. Jurassic World did. So for them to even put these movies next to each other like that, you're trying to cancel each other out. Like, I wouldn't even put Supergirl near Spider-Man because Supergirl doesn't have the same name that Spider-Man does. Just pointing that out there. But I'm a Superman fan. I'm a DC fan. I think this is a terrible idea for them to do. But this is where I see that they should focus on a standalone Superman film. But I do feel that James Gunn is going to do another team-up film. I do think James Gunn is just the guy who does team-ups. He does not know how to not do a team-up film. He needs to learn how to do standalone. But again, I think James Gunn should not direct this film. Honestly, I would have someone else direct this film. James Gunn shouldn't write this film. He shouldn't direct this film. He should be a producer of this film. And let him focus on anything else but this film. We need to find somebody who understands this character, find somebody who understands these characters, and know how to do a standalone Superman film that other than doing a featuring with this superhero, this superhero, this superhero. Because if you watch Superman, the actors are good. It's the script that was bad and the direction that was bad. That's what I'm saying. James Gunn's style works for James Gunn, but it does not work for everybody. You know, and you can clearly see in the box office. You can clearly see how they released this thing 30 days after release. You clearly see how them putting it on digital, trying to get money back. You clearly see that there was a disconnect from casual fans to this. Yes, you got your Gunn fans, but they didn't come out and show up multiple times. I mean, by multiple times to get that money to $700 million or $800 million. You needed the Snyder fans to come. They did not show up. Because trust me, if they did, this film would have made $700 to $800 million. And the international market did not show up either. So there's been a disconnect. Where it did well for Jurassic World, and I believe Fantastic Four did pretty good internationally, more than Superman did. Not as much, but I think it did good. So there's a disconnect. What James Gunn needs to do is be that CEO and understand that I need to do my job and stand off of it. Be the Kevin Feige and be that glue. When you come in, be like, cool, do your thing. I'm just going to make sure we do after credit scenes and have these things connected. Feige knew what he was good at, and he stood that. Gunn needs to figure out what he's good at. These big mainstream characters like Superman, Batman, he's not good at. However, he's good at doing ensemble casts. So a Justice League or Green Lantern, it's up his alley. That's what he needs to be focusing on. Because again, I don't have a problem with David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnan, Nicholas Hoult. The majority of the cast were fine. I think they need a better script and better direction. And that's pretty much how I'm going to end this video. Because when you have so much James Gunn, there's not a balance. You clearly see that if this film had the right director, right writer, they could figure out the balance. It don't. Like some people are clamoring for Henry Cavill to come back. I'm not clamoring for him to come back, other than in an animated format, because I think that's an easier way to get everybody back to end this Justice League trilogy that Snyder probably planned out. And I say animated perfectly. I'm okay with the cast we got now. It's just I'm not okay with the script, and I'm not okay with the director. If that makes any sense. Does that make me a Snyder fan? No, it makes me a person who are fans of good movie and good quality, and know that there's other directors and other writers out there that can handle these characters, that can handle these actors and direct this actor and write material for this actors good enough to make it pleasing for everybody. This movie that came out this past summer was not pleasing to everybody. Clearly, even the critics were very harsh on this. People said, well, 81%. I don't give a damn what Rotten Tomatoes says. And if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, that's one of his lowest rated movies he's done in the superhero genre. Even the Suicide Squad had a better rating than that. Because clearly he liked to do Suicide Squad because he got to do what he wanted to do with these characters. Because again, nobody knew these characters. A DC fan knows them, but the casual don't know them. Everybody and their mother knows Superman. And everybody knows that Superman is goofy, but not that damn goofy. Everybody knows Superman can be badass because we saw Man of Steel. We just needed a balance of badass and a little dark, but a little light too. Superman, you have to have the balance. Batman, you don't have to have the balance. Batman can go straight dark and everybody's cool with that. But Superman is that middle ground where you have to have serious and light. The Russos got that with Captain America. That's why Captain America became the iconic symbol that Superman used to be. When Captain America Winter Soldier came out, that was it. It was Batman, Captain, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Superman was out the top four. He may have still been in the top five, but he was definitely out that four. He was done. When Winter Soldier hit, he was done. We need to find somebody who can bring that Winter Soldier as for Superman that the Russo did for Captain America. That's what Warner Brothers needs to be focusing on. But again, what do I know? As always, peace. Have a Johnson day. I'll see you guys in the next video.